name is Mayuri Sisodia. I'm an architect and urban designer based in Mumbai. I graduated from UCL, I think, a decade ago. And after that, I decided to come back to Mumbai. And me and my partner was also coming back from Barcelona at that point in time. So we both started our practice. It's called Made in Mumbai. And we've been interested in doing a lot of public projects that have a power to kind of change the way we inhabit our cities, inhabit our environment. There was a project called Toilet Manifesto, where we looked at like toilets, public toilets. They are the most mundane and most kind of boring parts of a city, but they're needed, right? They're fundamental kind of needs of the city. And what happens in our cities that as soon as they are built, within 3 to 4 or 6 months time, they almost are in the state of negligence. Imagination of toilets need to change in our society. How do you kind of change the imagination so people are taking ownership of them, they're taking care of them, and it becomes like a integral part of your everyday life. So we design toilets as a community center, toilet as a cafe, toilet as a creche, and we realize that suddenly the meanings which are embedded within the toilet change completely. Approached a lot of governments across the country. We went to different states, took the exhibition across the country. And I think what was nice is a lot of governments were open to those ideas, and we went ahead and implemented a lot of those projects across different cities. So I think that I can say was one of the kind of proudest moments. Do not be afraid, because when you're venturing outside into the new kind of the real world, there are kind of hundreds kinds of uncertainties and questions and insecurities you have that maybe would I be good at this or would I not be good at this. Or, the thing is, the time you evolve as a person, your skill sets, your abilities, it grows with time. You evolve with time. So you can put those unnecessary kind of thoughts you have at peace. And second is build a strong support group around you. Like, find people whom you enjoy working with, whom you can trust, whom you have fun working with even. When I passed out from the undergrad school, I had worked with Charles Correa. He's one of the greatest, one of the greatest architects from India, and he used to always say about that in architecture, the projects will always come and go. Maybe today you're commissioned for it, tomorrow you might not even have the project, or tomorrow the project will go into a completely another direction. But I think what stays with you is what you are inquiring, what your thought process is, what issues you are addressing, how are you reimagining that particular subject which you're investigating. And it's important to kind of have your line of thought and your own process in place. So if tomorrow, even if let's say the project goes away, but you still have your own process with you, and you're building a body of work with your thought process over time. You feel you are not listened to sometimes, I think sometimes you are kind of you're putting a little more extra effort to making yourself heard. But I think over time, I think this you know how to kind of deal with it. You're kind of more confident to address situations like this. If we stick to these preconceived notions, we'll never be able to reimagine anything. And that goes for everything. That goes for, let's say, architecture, goes for cities, goes for you as a person, goes for your gender relationships, your kind of notions towards gender. So if we are to kind of evolve and kind of reimagine ourselves and be newer people and explore the possibilities of being, I think we need to challenge these preconceived notions first. I would simply say do not be afraid. I think things have changed very, very drastically now. There's a lot more freedom. You can choose to do whatever you like, and kind of you have a space where you can do it. And I think you should go ahead and do it, and do not be afraid of anything.